China is clearly helping the world, and I think Bill Gates is right.
China is a great example of a country that is now very self-sufficient and helping other countries. And the R&D budgets in China that develop new vaccines, develop better seeds, better livestock genetics, those things can help China and help the countries that aren't as far along as China is, including those in Africa. Today, China's making inexpensive products that benefit the world. The health statistics in China have improved very dramatically. So, there's a lot of win-win things, whether it's between Gates Foundation and China, or even China and other countries, including the U.S., working together on climate innovation, all of these different health challenges. And so, the more the relationship can be about the win-win, I think the better off we all are.
There's definitely a reason for that. There's a reason why I think he is one of the richest men in the world. And as you heard Bill Gates say, China needs the world just as the world needs China. And we are going to fact check a couple of points that Bill Gates has mentioned in this video, and you guys will realize the reason why Bill Gates said the world needs China as China needs the world. Of course, he said it's a win-win situation, and we all need to understand the reality of this. I've been talking about this on this channel multiple times, but every time I talk about this, so many people say I'm paid. Does that mean Bill Gates is paid? I believe Bill Gates is talking less about wars, less about politics, and more about business. He is definitely a businessman, and that's the reason why I think he is one of the richest in the world. First, he said China is self-sufficient and helping the world. Is that true? Well, of course, it's very true. China is currently very self-sufficient, and they are able to help the world come along. If you check all the details and facts in recent years, you realize that as China has been growing over the years, they have been pulling other countries along, and that's for good reason. And that's the reason why I believe recently many people in the world see China as a global power. Of course, it's still growing, it's still upcoming, but then when you look at all the strategies that China is making and the friendships and the bonds that China is building with many countries across the globe, it is clear China is slowly becoming a force to reckon with. Now guys, in recent years, China has grown to dominate the global trade and economy worldwide. And that's for good reason, because they are signing big deals with many countries across the world. And of course, it's definitely a win-win. And I believe China has been able to go across the world and sign many deals with different countries because they were able to build a strong domestic economy. And as we all know, over the past years, China has lifted more than 800 million people out of poverty. And there are so many people here in China recently moving into the middle class group, which is definitely an amazing milestone that China has achieved. But then so many people out of China still say, oh, China is this and China is that. But then that's the reason why Bill Gates said China is self-sufficient. That's because they produce a lot in here, they manufacture a lot, they have the market, which means they do not only produce right in here in China, but they also sell here in China and of course abroad. And if only there were less tariffs and less bans and more cooperation, more business ties between China and the world, it would definitely be a win-win, and it's a win-win for everyone. And again, millennials, we need to understand that China's domestic stable growth is what has led China to be able to sign more deals with the world, because of course, when your home is stable, it leads you to be able to spread your wings to more places, sign more deals, do more actions with many people and many countries across the world. And I believe that's the reason why China today is able to sign more deals and cause many people to feel like China is definitely taking over the world, and for good reason. Oh, 真的吗？对的。哦，谢谢。哎，这个三个可以。你看，我，谢谢，谢谢，谢谢，谢谢。Whoa! So I just got some oranges from the good ladies. Wow. This is China, guys. I'm just shooting a video right here, and I was given some of this. Wow. They gave me fruits. It's almost the end of the Chinese New Year, and it definitely feels good. I gotta put it in my bag. You can see it. Okay, guys, we're back. Talking about China's sustainability, it is very clear that China has been able to do a whole lot right here in China to be able to create a stable economy for themselves. And when we talk about a stable economy, what do we mean? China is currently the leader in technological advancements worldwide, and they have spread these technological advancements into other sectors. And as they have developed a strong foothold here in China on technology and innovation, they are able to currently go out of China and sign more deals with other countries. For example, look at 5G. China was able to develop 5G right here in China and then move to other countries to be able to install those 5Gs, which definitely means that as China has helped itself, it is now able to help other countries get to that level of self-sufficiency, which is what the world needs. When we look at Huawei, we look at Alibaba, for example, these are companies that have dominated on the global stage. Hello, how are you?
How are you? I love you. 那以前你们面点呢？你们的英语老师不都是吗？也是外国人啊。
Okay.
跟老板拍照。
Bye bye.
哦，这么年轻，很害羞哎！你看这老板要多大方，知道吗？
So I forgot to tell you guys, it's getting much warmer here in the southern part of China, in Guangdong province, and of course it's exciting. It's almost the end of the Chinese New Year and there are so many people out here right now just having fun, just chilling. It's so nice. Well guys, when we talk about the self-sufficiency and how China has built to be able to get that foothold right from China and then move out of China to spread their wings, it is really amazing to see what they have done. And that's the reason why Gates is saying that China is currently self-sufficient, meaning China is definitely doing well and of course helping the world. When you look across Europe, across Africa, across Asia, South America and even North America, there are so many countries that China has worked with to develop their infrastructure, to develop their healthcare system, to develop their tech and innovation, which is definitely amazing. And of course the world needs more of that. And of course Bill Gates, as a business person, understands this concept. That's the reason why he doesn't listen to all the noise around. He just focuses on the business, on the growth and improvement. Reason why he believes that if the world has a good collaboration with China, we can definitely achieve more globally. Now guys, if we look at the global growth graph, we'll realize that as China has been growing over the years, they have been taking many smaller countries along, and that's because they have been signing many deals with many countries like the Belt and Road Initiative, where there are so many countries around the world who are part of the Belt and Road. And this Belt and Road Initiative has led to many countries benefiting from development projects all around the world from China, from railways to ports to airports to general infrastructure and so much more. And I believe Bill Gates clearly understands this concept, and that's why he is bringing it to light for everyone to clearly understand. He isn't paid. The CCP is not paying Bill Gates, but he said the truth, and that's because he realizes the importance of global collaboration. Again, Bill Gates said China is making inexpensive products that are helping the world, and that's facts. No lies told right there. So many countries recently are benefiting from the low-cost products that China is making. Of course, it doesn't mean China is only making low-cost products. China has different grades of products that they are producing for every country across the world, from the very low price to the expensive prices. Now guys, let's look at this critically. A long time ago, before China came into the production and supply picture, many countries in the world had many companies that produced goods, and there was so much corporate greed. This corporate greed didn't really care about the consumer, but it cared more about the elite and all those who benefited from the profit of these companies. Reason why most of the prices of goods were always high. Now China came into the picture and changed the whole game, making it very possible for everyone to get access to all kinds of goods at affordable prices. I know some people will say China copied or China's goods are not top quality, but the truth is that if you look around your home, you'll realize that there's something from your home made in China. So I believe since China came into the picture, they have changed the whole game to make it possible for everyone to be able to get access to goods that maybe in the past only the rich had access to such goods. Now everyone can afford. In the past, the prices of some goods were so expensive that only the rich could get it. These days, China has made it possible for everyone to have access and be able to afford these goods, which is a good thing in my opinion, because right now it's a win-win situation. The consumers win, the producers win, the companies win, everyone wins, unlike corporate greed in the past where only the big companies used to win, and it still happens today, but then not as much as it used to happen in the past. And of course, that is thanks to China talking about inexpensive products One amazing example recently are China's EVs. When we look at the electric vehicles worldwide, most of the electric vehicles were very expensive. Now China has come into the game, making it very possible for a normal everyday citizen to be able to afford electric vehicles. And recently China is taking over the world with their EVs like BYD and Geely, and it is very affordable. And of course that's a win-win for China and for the world. And when we talk about these inexpensive goods, it's not only about consumable products but also health products. In the health sector, China has made so many machines and so many health products that is helping the whole world, which is a very good thing in my opinion, because there are so many countries in the world that found it very hard to be able to afford some specific types of health machines, some specific types of equipment. Now China has come to the game and changed everything, making it easy and possible for everyone to be able to afford this machinery and equipment. And of course, this goes a long way to save more lives in many countries across the world. And of course, it's not just the developing countries that China is helping. China is also helping the developed countries and of course countries that are well to do, because right now many more people are able to afford good machinery, good equipment, and save lives. Bill Gates concluded by saying that China's relationship with the world is a win-win, meaning a collaboration between China and most countries in the world, not just African countries, not just European countries, but even the USA. It is definitely a win-win for all these countries. You know, with China's current innovation, technological success, infrastructural progress, and so much more, they are able to share these ideas with many countries across the world. And we definitely need that, because if you go around the world and you look into many countries, you will realize that the infrastructure in many countries across the world is nowhere near China. China is definitely changing the idea of infrastructure in the world, the impact that infrastructural developments bring into the world. Reason why I think our own governments can learn from this and bring these ideas to our own countries. So just as Bill Gates said, a collaboration with China is a win-win for the world, as there are so many aspects that China can help the world in, and of course there are many aspects that the world can help China in. And I believe one of the reasons why Gates is saying that China and the world collaboration is gonna be a win-win is because he has realized the impact that China is bringing even to the environment. Let's take for example, a couple of years back, so many people used to say China is polluted or there's a lot of pollution. But when we take a look at how far China has come, we can clearly see that China is definitely changing the game of green energy. From all the numerous trees that China is planting around, as you can see, to green EVs, green energy, solar system, they are really changing the game. And I think the world can learn from this to make the world a better place, of course. And I believe that Bill Gates realizes this aspect. Reason why he is saying that we can work together for a win-win outcome between the world and China. I know some people watching this video right now will be asking, but why do we even need to cooperate with China? We are the greatest in the world. Our country is the best in the world. China is just a developing country. China can't give us what we want or this or that. But then guys, let me tell you the reason why a good cooperation between our countries and China is going to help the world. First, China is definitely the biggest trading partner with your country. Go on Google, check it out. China is the biggest trading partner with most countries across the world right now, even the USA. And that's for good reason, because China is the world's manufacturer, making a whole lot of affordable goods for everyone. Again, the world needs to work with China not just for the manufacturing aspect, but China's advancement in technology and innovation is definitely needed by the world. With the way the world is going these days, when you look at it, you realize that China has gone very, very far when it comes to innovation and technology, and we in the world need that.
Hi.
Hello. Hey. Visit you shopping. And of course, I believe that we all need to be able to work with China to benefit from this technological advancement and innovation, because as we all can see, the world is moving really fast and we all need to catch up. China is already catching up. China has infrastructure and technological advancements that seem to be like it's from the future. And if we can work together with China, I think the world can benefit from this. And of course, guys, one of the biggest aspects, cooperating with China will definitely reduce global conflicts and wars. When we look at the world today, there's so much happening. There's so many wars, so many battles, so many bottlenecks, so much trouble between countries. And I feel like the world needs more cooperation rather than division. Because from my own point of view personally, I feel like wars do not benefit anyone. Wars instead cause trouble for people, loss of life, loss of property, especially with the current economic downtrend. I think more collaboration, more cooperation between countries, just as China is doing through the BRICS and the Belt and Road, we all can cooperate more to be able to make the world a better place. The world definitely needs each other, and that's the reason why I had to make this video, because I clearly understand Bill Gates' point of view in the sense that we all need to work together with China to be able to accomplish so much more. So at the end of the day, millennials, I believe that cooperating between countries is definitely needed in the world today, just like Bill Gates has said. And of course, I know it's very difficult. It will be a very difficult task for countries to collaborate and do so much more, like innovation and advancement. But then, which option is more difficult to achieve? Is it wars and conflicts? Because right now there's so much turmoil in the world between countries. So are we going to choose the wars, or we are going to choose the cooperation? Because I believe cooperation will yield more fruits rather than fighting wars. So hopefully, guys, our governments can think about the citizens and make it possible for everyone to live in harmony. If you want to see more amazing videos like this about China insights and so much more, don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, this is Willene. See you next time.